Now to a major development in a case that we've been tracking for months here. 62-year-old Kevin Strickland has languished in a Missouri prison for more than 4 decades for a crime he says he did not commit. The local prosecutor agrees that he's innocent, but local laws and the governor and attorney general there have prevented Strickland from pleading his case until now.
Kevin Strickland has been waiting for this day for 43 years.
Mr. Strickland, how are you feeling today?
Scared.
Strickland describes himself as anxious as he finally gets his day in a Kansas City court.
Did you ever think this day would come?
No.
On Monday, Strickland took to the stand to testify at the start of an evidentiary hearing that could give him the ability to walk out of prison a free man after decades for a crime he says he didn't commit.
Yes, you fellas pled guilty to this triple murder, is that right?
I know about that.
And I guess I just have to ask, why didn't you plead guilty?
I wasn't about to plead guilty to a crime I had absolutely nothing to do with. Wasn't going to do it.
But you were facing the death penalty, is that right?
At 18 years old. And I knew the system worked, so I knew I would be vindicated. I would not take a plea deal and admit to something I did not do.
Back in May, Jackson County prosecutor Jean Peters Baker announced that her office found Strickland innocent of the triple homicide he was convicted of in 1979.
So to Mr. Strickland, I am profoundly sorry for the harm that has come to you.
But at that time, Missouri law prevented her from being able to release him or bring his case before a judge. We spoke with Baker back in June.
Let's just call it what it is. This is wrong. And everyone that works in this system must find a way to do the right thing now. The right thing is getting Mr. Strickland out.
Now Strickland's is the first exoneration case being held in the state after a new law passed in August, which allowed Baker to file a petition on his behalf.
Mr. Strickland, you have a lot riding on this hearing, is that right?
The remainder of my life.
It's been like a heartbreaking for us, just devastating.
Strickland's family, who attended the proceedings, is hopeful he'll be vindicated and perhaps home in time for Thanksgiving.
We've been sort of set aside for so long, you know, and it seems like there's so much bureaucracy involved.
It's been a hard-fought road to get to this point. Strickland was supposed to receive an evidentiary hearing on August 11th. When we spoke to him in June, he was hopeful he'd see his ailing mother once he got out.
It's going to be the first thing you do if and when you get out.
Well, I mean, I hate people to hear a 62-year-old man say this, but I'm a mama's boy, and I got to go see mama. I got to go hold mama's hand, yeah.
But Strickland never got that wish. Procedural hurdles caused his case to be delayed and later dismissed. His mother passed away on August 21st.
Even from that day, right, back in June, when it looked like things were going to go much more quickly, has been a roller coaster. The Attorney General filed several writs. That hearing got moved. The Attorney General then filed more writs saying that the entire bench, like all of the judges in the circuit court, could not hear Mr. Strickland's case.
Missouri Governor Mike Parson has issued at least 168 pardons since taking office in 2018, including for Mike and Patricia McCloskey, the St. Louis couple who pleaded guilty to charges stemming from this incident where they waved guns at protesters outside their home in the aftermath of George Floyd's death. But the governor would not budge on Strickland's case, even with the local prosecutor and other state lawmakers calling for his release.
There have been times where the governor has said as well that he hadn't seen a reason for him to jump the line. There was a backlog of pardon applications.
The Attorney General's office believes Strickland's conviction should be upheld. His case for exoneration largely hangs on this crucial piece of evidence.
The most important piece of evidence was a recantation of a witness. She has since died, but she really did a good job documenting her recantation.
The ex-husband of that witness, Cynthia Douglas, got into this fiery exchange with the AG's office after testifying that Douglas maintained Strickland's innocence until her death in 2015.
Your job is to trick, confuse, and belittle and discredit me.
My job
but you came in the
is to
door
seek
and told me that that's not why you were here. And I'm going to tell you something.
Sir,
that's your job.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
I said, if any of my questions confuse you, let me know.
On Wednesday, the exoneration hearing wrapped with these closing arguments.
The jury that heard that evidence, found Mr. Strickland guilty. There's not enough evidence to set that aside.
I'm hopeful for what's going to come next. I now trust in you to return just a fraction of what we've all lost, what Mr. Strickland lost, by bringing him home.
Strickland's fate now rests in the hands of Judge James Welsh, who's expected to rule later this month.
Any bucket list item that you dream of being able to do?
I want to go to the ocean. You know, I've never been on a beach, you know, not even a man-made beach. I want to go out far in the ocean where you can't see any land, any direction. And not just go out there, but get in that water.
All these years later, as he awaits yet another decision from the court, Strickland still has faith that one day he'll get to see the ocean.
Mr. Strickland, what's your confidence level on how things are going so far?
Hopeful.
You're hopeful?
I'm hopeful.
A huge thanks to our partners at Kansas City KMBC for their help with this story.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.